नमस्ते दोस्तों, वेलकम अगेन टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल मन द एजुकेटर। आई होप आप सब मैथ्स की प्रैक्टिस आईसीएसई 2025 के लिए अच्छी तरह से कर रहे होंगे और जो 5 डेज का गैप है उसका फुल्ली यूटिलाइज कर रहे होंगे। साथ ही साथ मेरे टिप्स और सजेशंस वाले वीडियोस को फॉलो कर रहे होंगे और उससे कुछ न कुछ आपको हेल्प भी मिल रहा होगा। तो जैसा कि मैंने इसके पहले का वीडियो पोस्ट किया था, इम्पॉर्टेंट टिप्स चैप्टर वाइज, ताकि आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करते हो तो हाउ कैन यू स्कोर फुल मार्क्स इन एवरी क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द केयर यू शुड टेक, व्हाट आर द मिस्टेक्स यू शुड अवॉइड। सो इन फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो, जिसका डिस्क्रिप्शन if you have not watched, I will give in the description the link of that video. You must have watched the 3 units: algebra, commercial arithmetic and coordinate geometry. I have discussed these chapters. What are the precautions you should take, not the questions, what are the precautions you should take so that when you attempt the questions of the chapter you should score full marks. Today's video, chapter wise important tips, part 2. I am going to cover the remaining units: geometry, which will include similarity and circle, construction and loci, locus together, mensuration, statistics, or you can say measure of central tendencies, including trigonometry and height and distance, and probability. So these chapters in part 2, starting with the geometry portion, in which I have included 2 chapters: similarity and circles. So first, starting with similarity. As you all know, similarity, you have to know how to prove 2 triangles similar using angle rule. Minimum 2 pairs of angle you have to prove equal. Once you prove the triangle similar using the properties of similar triangles. What are the properties? Ratio of the corresponding sides are equal and ratio of the area of the 2 triangle is equal to square of the ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle. So question may be asked based on this, or the other part of similarity, that is questions based on transformation. Commonly we say scale factor question, in which k or the scale factor will be given in the form of a ratio. Using that you will be asked to find the length, distance, area or volume. So you must remember the concept well. When we use the scale factor to find the length or distance, we use k. The scale factor is equal to distance in map or model over the original one. If you are using scale factor for area, scale factor square is equal to area in the map or model upon original area. And if you are using the scale factor for volume, scale factor cubed is equal to volume in model upon actual corresponding volume. You should also remember in this proper conversion of units: centimeter to meter, centimeter to kilometer, meter to kilometer. When you do especially square and cube conversion, centimeter square to meter square. Also you must remember the relation between meter cubed and liter. 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. That also you should remember. So this was about similarity of triangle. 5 marks question you can expect in your ICSE examination. When you prove the 2 triangles similar, you must write the reason: vertically opposite angle, interior alternate angle, corresponding angle or common angle, or if it is given in the question. So the reason must be there whichever angles you are proving equal. So I hope similarity is clear. Now comes circle. Many students, they wanted me to discuss circle and mensuration, these 2 chapters separately in the form of video. So in next video I am going to explain some of the important questions and tricks for these 2 chapters and what are the expected questions from these 2 chapters for last minute revision. So in circles, obviously you should know the concept of circle. In circle, what is diameter, what is radius, what is chord, what is tangent. You must know all these things. The boundary of the circle, also called circumference. Then you should know the properties of the circle very well, theorems, Angle theorems. Angle at center is double of the angle on circumference. Angle made by diameter, angle on semicircle, also known as, is 90 degree. Cyclic quadrilateral properties. Sum of the opposite interior angles 180 degree. Exterior angle is equal to interior angle of cyclic quadrilateral. You should also know the tangent properties. Angle between tangent and radius 90 degree. From one point outside the circle, you can draw only two tangents, and the two tangents are always equal. Then angle made on alternate segment. That property is frequently used. After that, you should also know the intersecting chord and tangent properties. What I guess intersecting chord and tangent properties, maximum chances can be asked in MCQ. Comes construction including locus. I will include locus and construction both in the same. What I guess I am expecting, one question will be asked which will include both in the same question. For locus, minimum three conditions, three theorems you must remember. What is the locus of all the points equidistant from a point, single point? Locus will be a circle. Locus of all the points equidistant from 2 points will be what? Join the 2 points by a line, the perpendicular bisector of that line. You must know how to draw the perpendicular bisector. What is the locus of 2 lines, or you can say arms of an angle? Angle bisect the angle. The angle bisector will be the equidistance of all the points from 2 sides. So on these conditions you will be asked the question based on locus. Then comes the construction of circle. Obviously you have to know first how to draw tangent from a point outside the circle. In circle and circumcircle. In circle, circle inside, triangle or hexagon, regular hexagon. Circumcircle, circle outside the triangle or outside the regular hexagon. So you must know properly these constructions. Out of these only any one will be asked. When you construct, make sure of some of the important things. Any arc when you draw with the help of compass, try to keep it small. Don't draw too big arcs. Small, clearly visible. Wherever the 2 arcs are cutting, mark that dot properly. When you draw the line connecting 2 dots, put on your ruler straight properly. Dot and dot should match properly, as much properly as possible. Steps of construction not required, not necessary to write. Only your construction should be stepwise correct and neat and clean. Then comes trigonometry. From trigonometry, up to 10 marks question can be asked. 1. Proving the trigonometrical identities. For that you have to remember all the formulas of trigonometry. Reciprocal formulas, what is cosec, what is sec and what is cot. Tan and cot formula. Tan is sine by cos, cot is cos by sine. Then the square formulas. Sine square plus cos square is equal to 1. From that you can make sine square and cos square formula and so on. Proving question, you should remember some special variety of questions, like while practicing you must have come through the question root 1. 1 plus sine by 1 minus sine, or 1 plus cos by 1 minus cos, or 1 minus cos by 1 plus cos, 1 minus sine by 1 plus sine. That kind of question needs rationalization key. So you should remember that kind of question. Okay. Left hand side you have to start with. You have to prove what is right hand side. Okay. So proving question will be asked. Then other part is height and distance. According to specimen paper of 2025, one solid 5 marks question was asked from height and distance. So we can guess that a solid question can be asked in your Icse as well. Diagram is must. If diagram is given in the question, well and good. If not given, you have to draw the diagram according to question. Okay. If values of sine, cos or tan, especially we use in height and distance, normally we use tan. Use the trigonometrical table. Use it properly. Practice. One day ago, you have Sunday and Monday, 2 days time. So in that time, when you practice height and distance question, at the back of your maths textbook, whichever textbook you are using, trigonometrical tables are there. See, have a look how to find the values of the angle. Okay. So that will help you. Normally standard angles are asked 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. But if some other angles are asked, you must have to take the value of help of trigonometrical table. So this is about height and distance. Distance means the base, height means the perpendicular. H for height, don't get confused. H means hypotenuse here, okay? So most of the question will be based on tan theta. So this was on trigonometry, 10 marks question. Comes mensuration, purely formula based chapter. You must remember all the formulas of curved surface area, perimeter, total surface area, volume of cylinder, cone, sphere, hemisphere and spherical cell. Then I am expecting that there are basically 4 types of question you must practice properly. One, to find the remaining volume. What is that? From any solid figure, if something is carved out or scooped out, like a cylinder is there, solid cylinder, wooden cylinder, suppose, from that top and bottom you are taking out 2 conical cavities, then what is the remaining volume? Always, what was the original shape minus how much volume is taken out. Suppose from cylinder 2 cones are taken out, so volume of cylinder minus the volume of 2 cones. Type 1. Type 2, conversion of one solid into another, melting and recasting based question. Always volume before conversion is equal to volume after conversion. A cylinder is melted and recasted into a cone. Find the radius of the cone. Volume of cylinder is equal to volume of cone. Some other way this question can be asked like this. A cylinder is converted into so many small spheres. Find the radius of the sphere or find the number of spheres formed. So whenever number of smaller object is formed, number of sphere, cone, whichever is smaller in conversion is equal to volume of the bigger one upon the volume of the smaller one. Third type of question, figure questions based on combined figure. Combined figure means suppose a cylinder, on top hemisphere, at the bottom cone. You are asked to find the total volume or total surface area. Volume, very simple. Suppose a hemisphere, cylinder, cone is combined. Hemisphere's volume plus cylinder's volume plus cone's volume. But if total surface area is asked for combination of figure, be careful. You have to add the curved surface area of each part, not the total surface area. We find curved surface area of hemisphere, curved surface area of cylinder, curved surface area of cone. We add them. That will be the total surface area. Pi value, take 22 by 7 or 3.14, whichever if it is not given. Easier to take 22 by 7 if the numbers are cancelable, radius or height is cancelable by 7. In question, if it is asked to take 22 by 7 or 3.14, you must use that value only. One important tip, conversion based questions. Volume before recasting and volume after recasting, always pi will get cancelled. The fourth type of question, if you have gone through the specimen paper, I am expecting that in your ICSE this kind of question can be asked, especially in a cylindrical container. If it is filled to a height, certain height with a liquid or water, how much surface is wet? So when wet surface area is asked for a cylindrical container, remember how much height is given, its curved surface area 2 pi RH plus, don't forget, base is also wet. And base of a cylinder is which shape? Circular shape. So curved surface area up to that height where the water is filled, and the area of base, circle's area, pi r square. So 2 pi RH curved surface plus pi r square bottom. That way you have to calculate. Suppose if cylinder is tilted, like if you go through the specimen paper question. So how much height, longer height and shorter height? You take the average of the two heights to get the straight height, vertical height. Okay, I hope this is also clear. So this was my mensuration. 9 marks question will be asked approximately. 2 solid question, 1 in compulsory, 1 in choosing and 1 mark MCQ. You must be careful. At last, you must write the correct unit. Height, radius, any distance in centimeter or meter, area, square and volume in cubed. Most of your favorite chapter, this must be statistics, also known as measure of central tendencies, and you know, most valuable chapter and easier chapter. 13 to 14 marks question will be asked. 2 graphical question can be asked. You know, median one. So what you have to know from this chapter? Mean. 4 things. How to get the mean of random data. Randomly numbers are given, add all the numbers, divide by how many numbers. Can be asked in MCQ, this type of question. Then for tabular data, when class interval and frequency is given, you must know all 3 methods. Direct method, shortcut method, step deviation method. Any one method can be asked. If method is not mentioned in the question, much more easier for you. Use any method, whichever you want. Obviously, if I am the student, I will use direct method. You can use any of the 3 methods. Then median For ungrouped data, n plus 1 by 2 for odd numbers, and n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1, it's average for even number of terms. Then you also should know how to find the mode, whichever number is repeated maximum number of times, mode. Then the graphical question. If you are asked to find the median, quartiles, how many students are getting more than this much, more than question, less than question, in which you have to draw the ogive. Remember the curve, ogive. You must know for median and quartile, you should draw the line from y-axis to x-axis. Answer you will get from x-axis. But how many are getting more than less than, you should draw from x-axis. Then you should go to y-axis. Answer you will get from y-axis. Choose the scale wisely. If scale is mentioned in the question, follow that scale. On graph paper at top, you must not forget to write the scale. Again and again on graph, if there is column to write your necessary informations, don't forget to fill that. Then comes mode through histogram. Boxes of histogram you have to draw. Tallest histogram, carefully draw to the adjacent corners. Then straight line down. Wherever it touches the x-axis, carefully mark that number. That is the mode. Suppose your answer is coming between 50 to 60. If modal class is as 50 to 16, which class you are getting your answer, that is called modal class. I hope that is also clear. Now in some questions, suppose your class interval is starting from 50 to 60, not from 0 to 10, 50 to 60. In that case, you take the origin at 50, 0. If it is starting from 0, 0, 0, always origin is 0, 0. But if it is starting from 50, 50, 0 means x-axis starting from 50, 50, 60 onwards you can take. Y-axis is starting from 0 only. So this is all about statistics. You must attempt and score full marks in statistics. Try your level best. Last, probability. One of the easiest chapter of your syllabus. 4 marks question will be asked. Everyone should try your level best to score 4 out of 4. 1 mark in MCQ can be asked. 3 marks question in choosing section. What are the important things you must remember about probability? Must understand and write the sample properly. Like, suppose question is asked on Ludo's dice. What will be the sample? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means 6 possibilities, total possibilities. Suppose question is asked that in a bag there are 5 red balls, 3 white balls, 2 black balls. So 5 plus 3 plus 2, 10 balls. 10 is the total size of the sample. Suppose tickets marked with number 1 to 20 are kept in the bag. So 1 to 20. 20 is the sample size. So this kind of questions based on this events can be asked. Final answer of probability, you must write in the simplest form. In fraction only, but simply like, suppose your answer is coming 4 by 12. You must make it 4 1 4, 4 3 12, 1 by 3. That should be the final answer. If you don't convert it into simplest form, marks might be deducted. So be careful. 2 important things which can be asked as MCQ. The probability of all the items present in the sample. If you add, always the answer is 1. If probability is asked for such an item which is not there in the sample, probability will be 0. So I hope these tips is going to help you on Tuesday's paper, maths paper. Follow the instructions well, practice well. In next video, I am going to post some important questions and tips of mensuration and circles on your demand. And in coming days, as I told in earlier video, I am going to post a video in which I will guide you how should you decide to choose your stream in class 11. Who should take science, who should take commerce, who should take arts, and what are the future prospects. I think many of you are very undecisive. Your parents are also bothering that which stream my what should take. So that video is definitely going to help you. So keep watching, follow my channel, like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell icon so that notification comes to you first. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.